So this is probably going to be my last review of any movies from 2024, unless I do like a movie recommendation or I'm talking about the Oscars or doing my top 10. Anything going forward is going to be a 2025 film review. So having said that, let's talk about two movies I was a little late to: Nickel Boys and Saturday Night. So with this double review, let's start off with Saturday Night. I think this is a very well-made movie. I think it's acted really well. I do like the dynamicness of it all. It's a very kinetic. It's from beginning to end. It's like this really adrenaline-filled chaos that's going on behind scenes before the airing of Saturday Night Live for the first time. And I like movies about the production of something because you can kind of see the chaos, all of the build-up. You get to see how people kind of come together and ideas are being brought together, and they finally find their vision and voice for what they're trying to do. It is definitely a messy movie. It is very much a chaotic movie. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's just really hard to follow because there's so much going on all at once. And I get it, that's supposed to be kind of the intention behind it, but it does leave you a little left behind when you don't know all the behind the scenes antics, or if you don't know every character in this movie, specifically not just characters, but all these people that are portraying the character. I'm a casual watcher of Saturday Night Live. I watch it mostly on TikTok, and I do enjoy the skits, but I'm not like a long time fan, so for me a lot of the stuff did go over my head. But as a movie, it's made competently, but it just doesn't have like an emotional anchor to it. It doesn't feel like they are doing something bigger than, you know, because they technically did. It's one of the longest running shows of all time, so it's very revolutionized television. But I just didn't feel that impact. However, I did like the showcase of actors that we got in here. While Saturday Night Live was like this showcase of comedians who became bigger stars, and every decade we get other SNL cast members and they become stars, and it's just like this constant cycle. I did love how this movie was like a parade of all these up and coming actors, all young, hungry actors that we see on the forefront, and they're all kind of jammed into this one movie, and it's just kind of really cool to see as kind of like a passing of the torch that this is going to be what we're going to see as viewers going forward. Overall, solid movie, decent movie, entertaining watch, but nothing truly remarkable or groundbreaking, especially from a Jason Reitman script. There are funny moments, there are entertaining moments, but not enough to sustain even an hour and 48-minute movie. So moving on to a much more serious note, Nickel Boys is such an original movie, directed really interesting, especially the cinematography, the way the story is being told, the narrative, the writing. There is something truly special about this movie, and I don't know if I loved everything about it, but I did appreciate a lot of what it was telling me about. I didn't even know about the Nickel Academies that were in the United States, so it was very informative in that sense. And it's, you see and feel and hear about all these horrendous things that were happening, and you can kind of see how this was way into the prison system for young kids, and they kind of get institutionalized, and it's unfortunate, and I can't believe that something like this happened and people weren't making an uproar. But behind it, it's a beautiful movie about friendship, about faith, having the power for change, and unfortunately also how much the system kind of sucks and how much of an overhaul it really needs, because while things have changed over the years, a lot of it has stayed the same. And you know, especially with some of the stuff that's happened in the last couple of weeks and the last few years, a lot of it is feeling like it's backtrending and not moving forward as much as we want and hope for it to go. It's an eye-opening movie. It's a powerful movie. It has really good performances. The first angle perspective was very unique, and it's something I've never really experienced, especially done so well. It's kind of made you feel like you were inside the system and experiencing these things firsthand. And it was a great narrative tool. The music and the score made it feel eerie and heartbreaking when certain things happened in the movie. I don't know how to put this into words, but it's a powerful movie. It has a lot of good things going for it, and I can see why it is the Best Picture nominee. It's a movie that I really wish people watched. There's not like a narrative string in it. It's more of a first-hand experience type of film, and I don't know how to describe it. because it's just so unique in its filmmaking and storytelling. And while the first person perspective is really cool and unique and very interesting, there are moments where I wish we were able to pull away from the cameras and see like the expressions of these boys when they're saying something or something's happening at like very distinct moment. And I knew that there was a cool way that they were playing with perception within the two boys, but it kind of did impact some of the emotional aspects of the film. Not necessarily what the whole system was doing, but more of their story. Just there's like heartbreaking moments in the film, and sometimes it just doesn't hit as hard. But yeah, this is a movie that I think a lot of people should check out. It has a lot of parallels to what's going on today, and it's just insightful stuff, especially if you don't know a whole lot about like the system, the nickel academies throughout the United States. I didn't know much about it, but seeing it, hearing about it, it does kind of raise awareness and makes you kind of less ignorant to the atrocities that have happened, and hopefully we don't continue this practice. We were just kids, man. It's just insane, and a lot of them were just in the wrong place at the wrong time.